bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early.
Jordy Nelson all by himself. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, 74 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now Taylor on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
They were trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked. But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fielded just inside the 30. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A couple of years ago, Cobb signed that 4-year, $40 million deal. Since then, the numbers have been down a little bit, although last year only played 13 games.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be as concerned with the numbers dropping if I were a Packers fan, because remember, Davante Adams has developed as a player, and his numbers have gone up. You got Jordy Nelson back to full health in 2016. He's going to catch a lot of passes, almost caught 100 in that season. Jared Cook at tight end. That's a new weapon Green Bay didn't have for a while. And don't forget, Randall Cobb spent some time as a running back when all the injuries hit the backfield. So his versatility is still a major plus for Green Bay.
And Cook has it left side. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So 2nd and 10 here. They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing is Rodgers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Rodgers now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. But he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Eddie Lacy, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That time a 9-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run coming from Eddie Lacy. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Here we go.
A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And taken right at the 35. Shreds him with a stiff arm. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a first down carry. It's Lacy. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. It's a gain of 20 that time. And that leads to a Green Bay first.
When you take a look at Eddie Lacy, you expect the run we just saw, don't you? A battering ram type of an effort.
Absolutely. Such a tough runner at Alabama where he won those national championships, and a tough runner here in the NFL. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the 2016 NFL Comeback Player of the Year was Jordy Nelson. He had a fantastic year after the knee injury in 2015. Well over 1,000 yards again. And once again, he was the #1 target for Aaron Rodgers.
NFL high, 14 receiving touchdowns. What dimension does he add that makes them so good on offense?
Dependability as well as speed. All right, Jordy Nelson's the type of guy who can run any route you want, yet he can also take the top off of a defense, as we like to say, by running past people. It's a heck of a combination to deal with. Plus, Aaron Rodgers knows when he gets in trouble, he just looks for Jordy Nelson, and 9.9 times out of 10, he'll find a way to get open. Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, it's Brandon Tate. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
It'll go as a gain of 12 for McCoy this year. 5th time in his 8-year career that he's topped the 1,000-yard mark. Charles, first time he's done it with the Bills, though, finished with 1267.
And he's the type of player that you can build around. And what I mean by that is, as a runner, as a pass catcher, he does a little bit of everything, and he opens up the offense for everyone else around him, the complementary players. But he's a guy, heavy-duty ball carrier, and also get him in space, and he can break people down. One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and it usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And Rodgers has it over on the right side. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now it's Rodgers, and Adams has it, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Their dangerous wide receiver, 51 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here come the Bills. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He'll set up the screen to McCoy. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. That is Clinton-Dix with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And as a defender, if you come with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Rodgers with a give. It's Lacy. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Out to the flat for Lacy. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams from 4 yards out. And the Packers continue to roll. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Let's go.
On On second down, it's McCoy. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's got room. 30. 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 56 yards. And the Bills are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, he pulls over him. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
It could be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. To throw, it's Rodgers. A dump off to Lacy. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal. He would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground. And he didn't do it very often.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Throwing now is Rodgers. That's caught at the 3. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Rich 6 yards away. And the Packers are pouring it on. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help. But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Watkins alone on the left side. Taylor now to throw on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They'll go again to McCoy. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, the defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong. I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Rodgers now to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it brings up 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. Taylor. Now they go screen. It's complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensing the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Again, it's McCoy. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete. Mike Gillisley, the intended target. And now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes a field goal unit for the Bills, led by Dan Carpenter. This from 48. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And you just kind of get the sense that this team's been snake-bitten a little bit here. They just have not had anything go their way.
It's like they collectively walked under a ladder on their way into the stadium. What else could go wrong?
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. One back is Lacey. He's going to get the football. Stiff-armed him. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Packers are going to have a 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch there.
Touchdown, Packers! Randall Cobb, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers continue to roll. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Tate to return. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So
it does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
They go play action with Taylor. He's going to air one out. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And on that last play there, he's over 400. Yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. With his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers are pouring it on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over.
Here we go. Flat round.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone, it's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Short throw, pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Here's Tate to return. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense.
Here we go. Brand 38.
Back to the air, Taylor after the pick-6. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Right side complete. That's Woods. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now Taylor with a draw to McCoy. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy, and it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you till the next time you take the field.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to come.
And this is caught inside the 5. That goes for a gain of 31. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Another pistol look here. To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers continue to roll.
And that's a lead.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's at the 30. 10. And they bring this all the way back the other way for 2 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Come on, let's go. Hot.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we bring... You seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's a Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. All right, here we go. Third quarter action now. Crosby on now to kick it away. Here's Tate to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. Here's
Colton Schmidt now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken on the 25. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And Cook has it left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think that's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Rodgers now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Rodgers going to throw. And this is Cook with the ground. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jared Cook, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are pouring it on.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Tate to return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Here's Colton Schmidt now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he fields it cleanly. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Packers a first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 49 yards. And the Packers continue to roll. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. You can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. They come out here in the eye. Now Taylor on first down. Finding time. That's complete. It's Jerome Felton, the fullback. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Oh, look at the juke. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try to get the offense going with Lacey. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
One back is Lacey. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Out to the flat for Lacey. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
20 yards on the pickup there. And the Packers are going to have a first down. And a good little broken tackle run there for the former second-round pick, Eddie Lacy.
He's a big back, and he runs with some power and definitely with some physicality. And enough of those types of runs, as they accumulate, they turn into bigger runs later because after a while, guys don't want to deal with him.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers are pouring it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Let's go. Grand 38.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they? Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Here we go. Grand 38.
From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Another pistol look here.
Let's go. Grand 38.
Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Play action, it's Taylor going deep here for Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers continue to roll.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Second down following the run.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And fortunately, and now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Third and long, it's Taylor. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's brought down after a good gain. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set. United affair. On first down, it's Taylor. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 6 yards to go here on second down.
Come on, let's go.
Taylor will throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's Taylor. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. Uses the stiff arm. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays.
Eddie Lacy, see you later. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Eddie Lacy, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers are pouring it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Taylor on first down. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He'll set up the screen to McCoy, and he'll be out of bounds up past the 45.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On first and 10, it's Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. On second down, Taylor. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
On third down, Taylor. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rodgers now on first down. And Cook has it, left side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Out to the flat for Lacy. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And the offense lining up first and 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, Lacy. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage It'll be back at the 36. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
He juked him, and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Morgan Burnett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
One back is Lacy. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Shedding the tackler, that gives him some room. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going while continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there? And that's run the football.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has kept the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers finding the end zone yet again. And the Packers continue to roll. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And the Bills getting set to go. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Taylor to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again is Taylor. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and now it's third down. Taylor now to throw on third down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it's Taylor. And he slides to avoid the hit. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Taylor. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Dan Carpenter now for the Bills field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And Carpenter knocks it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field. And now the final stages. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man.
Big. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. One back is Lacey. Rodgers looking to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
Here's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get him.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Now Rodgers. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conference.
And now here's another interception. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Caught by Nelson left side. Jordy Nelson all by himself. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game...